You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
What's up, Black and White sports fans? John Matrix here, and I am back with another video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the join button for channel memberships and check out the merch. And when you get your merch, make sure you use the discount code GinaRocks, all one word, and we're going to give you 15% off your purchase, folks. Let's get into this. Let's talk about the NCAA. Now, guys, I'm not a big fan of the NCAA. I'm really not. And for many years, man, college athletes, they have not been able to actually make any money off their likeness. They can't get jobs, etc., etc. They're not able to generate money from their likeness because the NCAA says no, absolutely no. But however, this season, folks, several NCAA players have started a movement protesting the injustices that the NCAA puts on these players. These players, they want to make money off their likeness. The NCAA says no. But however, folks, we're in a different time right now. We're in the time, of quote unquote racial justice. Okay. And the president of the NCAA, Dr. Mark Emmert, he's a white guy, These players right now, I believe they picked the perfect time if they want to change in the NCAA policy. Okay. Now, granted, 90% of these guys, over 90% of these guys are not going to go pro. That's just the stats. They're not going to go pro. So these guys, these kids, for the most part, are better off focusing on an education rather than trying to make the big dollars off their names. Let's be clear about that. Most of these NCAA players aren't going to be very marketable whatsoever. That's just the facts. But however, now, Dr. Mark Emmert is actually going to be meeting with some of these players now to discuss these inequalities. I don't know where it's actually going to be or when it's actually going to be. But here on ESPN, it even says NCAA President Mark Emmert agrees to meet protesting men's basketball players after NCAA tournament. The National College Players Association, I didn't even know that existed, said Tuesday that NCAA President Mark Emmert has informed a group of basketball players who started a social media campaign to protest inequities in college sports that he will meet with them after March Madness. NCPA Executive Director Ramaji Huma said in a statement he received a letter from Emmert in response to the advocacy groups requesting for a meeting between the head of the NCAA and 3 players who led the hashtag Not NCAA Property protests that started last week. I guess right before March Madness, these players decided, hey, we need to start a protest, and we know that social media can be very, very powerful. It says here, through the NCPA, the players had requested to meet with Emmert and one of the NCAA's top lobbyists on Tuesday morning. NCAA spokesman Stacey Osborne said the organization had no comment Tuesday. Michigan's Isaiah Livers, Rutgers' Geo Baker, and ours' Jordan Bohannon are pushing for the NCAA to change its rules restricting athletes from earning money for personal sponsorship deals, online endorsements, and appearances. Now, guys, here's my opinion on that. These athletes, man, if they get the opportunity, even if they're college athletes, if somebody wants to give them a sponsorship, the NCAA should have nothing to do with this. The NCAA is profiting off of these kids. And if these kids find an opportunity, I believe that the NCAA should have no part in this and telling them, oh, you guys can't do this. You can't do that because you're amateurs. No. If it was me, man, I would do it. If somebody offered me a legitimate sponsorship deal, I'm going to do it. Because we're here in America, man. These kids, and they're not even kids, they're grown men, They're over 18. They should be able to make a profit off of their skills and their likeness. It should not be the NCAA telling them that they can't. That's my thoughts on that. However, like I said, 90%, 95% of these players are not going to be marketable because when we're talking about sponsorship deals, I believe that these companies are thinking, all right, this kid could possibly be bit time in the NBA because college basketball careers are very, very small, very, very short. For the most part, the top college basketball players are only staying in college for a year and then they're going to the NBA. And if you stick around in the NCAA, for the most part, you're probably not going to be a pro prospect. So for some of these players, it may be a limited opportunity to generate some money off of their likeness. So, but it says here, the NCAA has committed to changing its rules regarding name, image, and likeness rights, but the process has bogged down amid warnings from the Department of Justice about possible antitrust violations in the association's proposal. An NCAA case involving an antitrust ruling is scheduled to be heard by the Supreme Court next week. The NCAA has asked for help from federal lawmakers in the form of a national NIL law that would preempt dozens of states under consideration that would create different rules for competing schools. Now, guys, I'm on the player side on this. I am on the player side on this. I felt for many years now, if somebody wants to pay me for my skills, then I should be able to get that money. I really, really should, And actually, guys, when I was in college, I was in the Pep Man. I played at the basketball games. Back then, we actually used to get paid. Not a lot, but we got paid. I believe it was $20 per game. And for the most part, it was double headers. It was the women's game and the men's game. So that was $40 playing in the pep band. I believe that eventually it ended up changing though. So we got paid, but the pep band people or the basketball people did not. And also, I was in marching band in college, man. We were able to have jobs anytime we wanted to, even if we were on scholarship. There was nothing stopping us from working. These players, man, some of these players, are going to be flat broke. If they want a job any time of the year, they should have that opportunity. I really do believe they should, because most of these players are not going to be that good. So they're going to have to work. They're going to have to get an education, I mean, that's just the way it is. I'm on the player side on this. Not many players are going to get endorsement deals. I want to stress that. They're not. But if they get the opportunity, they should actually have the opportunity to take advantage of that. The NCAA should have no part in that whatsoever. None. Zero, zilch. Maybe the head coach, can give them some guidance, or the university could give them some kind of guidance maybe, but the NCAA should have no say whatsoever. None. And I know that they're most likely going to get a free education if they're a top tier athlete, but even in the other departments in the university, people on full scholarships, they have the opportunity to have part-time jobs when they are in college. Nobody is stopping them from working. The NCAA, it shouldn't be any different either. I mean, some college students right now in college, different majors, not athletes, they have their own business that they're running on the side. I've heard stories about that before. I've seen it firsthand myself. Nobody's telling them they can't make money. But the NCAA has been saying that. So I'm on the player sides. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this, black and white sports fans? Do you agree with the players on this? That they should be able to make money off their likeness, that kind of thing? And the NCAA shouldn't have any part in that? Let us know down in the comments below. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all we have today on this video here. The NCAA, I believe the rules is going to change. I believe the players are going to have free range to make money as they see fit. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.